Hi, this is Mia. It is like Monday the 8th. I gotta pay some bills, like to the extreme. It's 2:29. I need to post some videos. I don't know where my hair tie is. My hair looks crazy. It's like dry, fluffy. Washed it day before last. So it's like, so, I don't know. It's like sometimes I don't know if it's like more damaged or it's just crazy. So I just had over the weekend a conversation with my partner about belts. That I was getting hit with belts or my law, and I will do it, and I don't like it, and I have to speak up. Because you could be even kill or in a bad mood or in a good mood, and that just lowers it down a couple notches. And it lowers it down because, we'll just say in general, something takes you back to the past. But if you tell somebody that you know that that's bothering you and it pushes it to the front, to the current, then it's like you have a double whammy. You have the original person that caused the trauma, and you have a new person that knows about it and is like trying to make a joke about it. I saw on Saturday Night Live talking about sex, someone having in the intro sex with the minors, and they were making just jokes. And I had been assaulted or had some stuff happen when I was a teenager, and there was an adult, and it wasn't some older, like 20, 30 years older than me man, but to think back on it, it makes me sick. I had also been raped, and it makes me sick. As a child, to be tricked or to feel like they're going to threaten, oh, I'm going to tell your mom that you're a slut, or, they're going to threaten you, or they're going to threaten to abandon you somewhere. Like, it's not like, for me, I did try to hit somebody and push them off me and yell no to the top of my lungs. But it's not funny. I didn't like the vagina monologues either. And no, you don't need to not dress sexy and provocative because it's not supposed to create a violent sexual activity, or I shouldn't say activity, violent sexual incidents. I feel like though some of that and the vagina monologues that I saw at Portland State was so sleazy that it would stimulate a man in a certain way. And maybe I look at it differently because I remember the pastor going through Joseph in the Bible when the king's wife had him in the house and she wanted to have sex with him, and she pulled off his robe, and we filled in the blanks thinking like he probably had an erection because she's standing there like, I want to get with you, my husband's gone. And he runs outside in public and is nude and probably has an erection, and she's yelling rape. She's lying. And so it becomes like one of those things that's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, certain people will act and say that caused a simulation down here, I'm going to run away. Certain people will be like, oh, I just want to sit and see what happens and egg this situation on. And some of them might say, oh yeah, you're going to do like that with me. I need a release. I'm willing to take you whether you say yes or no. You know what I mean? Like, they could do that even if you're dressed in sweatpants and don't have makeup on. So jumping ahead to a different topic, talking about exes, ex-husbands, ex-wife, ex-girlfriends. I have said something about not talking about girls, and I didn't mean it like, don't talk about other women. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I think it's like joking, saying, Oh, I was at my girlfriend's house all day, like that is not funny to me. It's not a joke to me. And my mind says I am putting my heart out for you, and you could be telling the truth. And I have had no situations in my life where I put my heart out for somebody, because even being cautious, or maybe I did it when I was a teenager, and I got my heart crushed and broken, and I just kept walling off my relationship, where my relationships in the past were all super horrible. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, you want to feel, you don't want to say, you don't want someone else to be responsible for your feelings. You don't want someone to hide their actions. You want to say, oh, if they decide that they don't want a monogamous relationship and they want to sleep around and have other girlfriends or date other people and just have a good time, if I say I don't want that, but then they say they want that, they're going to say, fine, I'm going to do what I want, you decide, or they're going to sneak behind your back because they want something you don't want. See what I mean? And it's like, then it's up to me to say enough's enough. But how many times have I felt like enough's enough all my life, for years, with my ex-husband, for different guys, that before my ex-husband, I was pretty much dumped. But afterwards, I did dump the guy that assaulted me. I don't know which order of it went, but he left town and came back. He was still trying to call me, and I was like, I mean, because I was hurt by my mom, I didn't think to go tell her I need to go to the hospital. She knows something's up. She had a mother's instinct that night I got assaulted. She was right at, I don't even know why I came in the front door. I came in the front door. It's probably because it was when I got rides from guys, I came in and out the front door. I forgot about that. I didn't go out the garage. She was right at the front door. She was probably waiting anyway, but usually I don't remember her standing there looking at me and not say a word. I didn't say a word. I went in the shower. And I didn't have a relationship with my mom where I could cry on her shoulder and say, someone just hurt me. She might have sensed it. She could have, like, I feel like you have a physical, mental, emotional, instinctual, innate behavior. Like, if you want to have your body tell you to keep your kid alive as an instinctual action, or the fact that you don't want to go to jail for neglecting your child, or you don't want to go to jail for your child starving to death, or you're a narcissist and you don't want your child to look like they're missing anything. And you have that, your personal personality, your learned personality, your passed down genetic mental illnesses, and then that one is the one that I couldn't connect to say. It's like she had that instinct that something happened, but then I didn't have the guts to be like, I want to pour my heart and tell you how I feel. My mom didn't want to hear how I felt, because she had her own stuff going on. But I was trying to think about the stuff I should have written down, but I think it's like making jokes about people in the community about wanting to sleep with them or swing with them. Like it's my fault. Like, with my ex-husband, and I was bringing a friend in, it's like you want to have friends, but like the one friend that I had, my ex-husband wanted to sleep with. My one friend that I had in every state, at least if I had any friends, or if he had guy friends that had, some girl, in our circle, he wanted to have sex with them. And it's like, I don't know, if you just hung out with your guy friend, maybe you're having sex with them, I don't know. But it's not your wife who was me, you know what I mean? That was really good. Let's go through this. So, I have these herbs too. I want to play this game and eat and clean off. I just have to throw stuff away and clean up. I think I'm going to just take this stuff down to the garage and put it in the car as soon as he gets home and go to the recycling place. even if she's too tired to go. So I get to where, I don't know why I pushed that thing down. I get to where it's already like, and I had to check my own behaviors. Like, you see something on TV, you see me talking about something that's near and dear to me. Like, I don't want to be a hoarder, and I'm like telling him what works for me, and between him and my kids discredit what I'm doing. And I realized this, they had daily emails I was getting, and women would say, yeah, nobody took me seriously. The kids telling me don't talk about it. They had kids emails that you could forward to your kids. My kids are like, stop sending us this stuff. It stresses us out. We don't like it. It's a cult. And then these women, mainly women, would do the Fly Lady program, and they would end up, it still ripped out my finger. They would end up, oh my god, I keep stuttering. I'm not saying the same thing. Oh my god, I gotta rewind the video and play it that myself because now I totally spaced out. Anyways, I don't want to say that certain behaviors or jokes are okay, and it's hard because it's like I don't talk about my exes, and it's like we both had ex-spouses with kids, and I believe that's something that it's like an inevitable, like a part of your why you are the way you are, why your kids are doing what they're doing, or you know what I mean. Like, I think that becomes a different type of like necessity, maybe. Like, I try to be supportive. A 1-1 Murloc. What the heck? Let's save that one. I don't even know anymore. I should have just changed it. I should have changed my thing and playing Hearthstone. I totally spaced out. I'm sorry. I'm like just trying to multitask and get a whole bunch of stuff done. The weather's nice. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because people are always cutting their grass when I go outside. It's like extreme. Like, in our neighborhood, we got it cut once a week, and it used to bother me. Like, there's people close to me, and they have like they have machines that are really loud and have like some autism style ears sometimes, even though it's hard to hear my right ear. It's that sensitivity. It's not just, oh, that's a noise or a loud noise. It's that it's feeling threatening. I don't know how to describe it because I only have my own ears. I did have my first job with a child who had autism, and they warned me that when I go outside with him, which I did every single day, that he's going to hear noises that I can barely hear, and they're going to cause him to spaz out, like stop in his tracks and listen and plug his ears and not know what to do. Let's see what happened. Oh shoot. This spell gets double bonus from spell damage. I do not like that hero power. So I think about men's exes. Do you think ex-wife, you were together enough to get married, but you couldn't work it out, that you got divorced, like usually people and other partners. I used to keep thinking of the girlfriends, like, you like these people a lot. Live with them, this and this and this. And so it's like, something happened, but you feel like, for me, I feel like, oh no, you know. It's like, you guys liked each other, and you're going to see each other in public and rekindle the flame in a more sleazy, like, attractive way than your ex-wife, where you had a bitter divorce, you know what I mean? Like, you had it where it's like, you have to go and say, I'm serious, I'm resolving this, you know, like, I don't know how to say it. But it kind of like makes me feel jealous because I feel like all the stuff that my ex-husband did in front of my face and behind my back, excuse me, it's like even though I went to the bathroom, he was, touching on women, this one woman, and hitting on someone else, and my other friend was like, I'm leaving your house, I'm leaving your party, and your husband is acting scary. I mean, I was going to leave certain relationships. Someone said something about being open and being in love with others, and I was like, is that love your neighbor love everyone, love the earth, love the creatures, love the trees, or is that like love, I want to get it going on, and I'm going to have girlfriends at different, sides of the zip code, and like squeezing it and trying to separate it at the same time. I almost broke my nail. So I get this where guys say that they should sow their seeds, but the thing is, they can go around 6 times a day and sow their seeds, and women would be criticized, saying, that they, that these women would, go around during their day, and I don't know what that just did. And think that we're not, sexually, oh shoot, I did the wrong freaking card. That they're not, sexually, like, aroused or anything, or that they don't want to, that it wasn't, that the men are the ones that are supposed to be slutty, and the women are supposed to keep their place and be pretty, and if they have kids, you take care of the kids, and you wear on yourself raggedy, and if you don't have kids, you just keep yourself pretty by using your money or your boyfriend's money to do your hair and your nails and your clothes and all this stuff. And as 40, almost 44, I feel like my hormones, it feels like inside that they're trying to get, like men, like sow your seeds, like you have offspring by this mate, and then you find another strong mate that's compatible, and you have offspring by that mate, and you have like, it's like you go for 2, 4, 6, 8 kids, and even some birds will have partners forever. So what I'm trying to say is, I can feel that inside of my body and my mind. When I was dating, I wasn't in a relationship, I was scared to be with one guy. Like, it only happened at the end where I was just made myself available, because there's going to be someone that likes you, no matter who you are, but it doesn't mean you like them, or like I was, it doesn't mean that you have, unfortunately, the time to go out with them, right? Oh shoot, that was like a freaking, what do you call it, trying to win this game here. I'm gonna have to just lose my character. I probably shouldn't have done that. But it's socially acceptable for a guy, like, well, we have urges, we have needs, we see a beautiful woman, and the women that are beautiful will a lot of times be fake, and sometimes there's a beauty that we're saying a natural beauty, and that's not me, and you see this certain skin and teeth and smile and hair and button nose and all this stuff that I don't have, and certain body, and they just the right amount of sun, they're not doing fake sun, their hair is not, like, you have these beauties that are everywhere, in every town, in every state, in every part of the world, and then you have other people that they live off of seducing men, whether they're married or not, and they're going to try to seduce men and get money from them and get a place to stay and sex and companionship as a human nature. Companionship, we don't have family, friends, or kids, we don't have our own spouse, and people who aren't companionship, that turns into sex, which can turn into manipulation because of sex, by getting a guy wrapped around their little pinky. I mean, you hear other women talk about this, and they say, oh my god, I would never do that, I can't, think about that. If a guy accuses me of, if a guy accuses me of, what's the word I'm looking for? Of trying to manipulate him or something, I was like, that could happen instinctually, but it's definitely not purposeful. But the other women, they say they will plan it out and they will learn from their girlfriends, and they'll come like men in locker room jokes. They'll come and laugh about what they're doing. It's none of my business. There's some people that don't care. Either parties, sugar daddy, sugar babies. You know, when they're together, they might have a relationship or a arrangement where they're free to see other people, just don't talk about it, or free to see other people, let's talk about it. You don't know what the arrangement is. And that's almost like, seems better if you make an arrangement and you guys both agree, and then you don't have, you still have an attachment that's even, might be stronger than a regular relationship, because you don't feel like you're doing something wrong. Like, you put it all out on the table, and someone gets paid for that. Oh my gosh, my character is, like, I don't know. And anyways, the point of the story is, you see that I could talk to a guy and they don't hear anything I say, but what's on the news or a movie or some news girl dressed in a super tight, perky boob dress with fake hair and all this, like, and you're sitting here talking about something like, old lady, like, oh, I cramped in my leg, but I said I was going to go and make you a sandwich, but not, like, but I have to go to work in 20 minutes and you're off work for the rest of the week. Like, they don't hear a word you freaking say, and they're looking at the TV like, and they're like, be quiet, you talk too much. And you're like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, then you just want to say, well, I promised to get them the sandwich, and my leg is all cramped up, and I have to go to work, so I better just do it now, and he's not paying attention. And you want to be like, you know. And part of me, when stuff like that happens, you're like, you're an idiot. You know, I should leave you, you know. I should leave you, you know. And it's like, it's like you want to leave them, and then you say, well, he's stupid, he's just not thinking or anything, you know. I don't know what just happened to my game. I have no idea what just happened. And so you're like, why, especially nowadays, the TV is rewindable and pausable and all that stuff. It's like, why are you ignoring a human? And you talked about how long you've been alone and how you want company. It's like, so you want someone to sit with you and watch sleazy trust women who giggle on TV because they're getting paid $2,000 every 2 minutes, you know, for their estimate amount. And you're like, okay, you know what I mean? And you're like, no, I don't want to be okay, you know. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. I don't think I can kill this. Is this a dragon? I don't think I can kill this guy. Oh my god. Give a dragon in your hand, something. And it's like, why are you trying to shush me? And you wonder if men, if you did the same thing to them, like, ooh, look at that guy on TV. And then sometimes I wonder, what if I do that? And I'm like, and you're like in a dream world, all the stress of the world disappear because somebody's talking to you through the TV. You can be like, shush, shush, I'm busy right now. But it's like, you feel like if someone does that enough, that the other person's gonna leave, and then they're gonna be sitting here, you know, trying to wish that there's someone inside their house in their apartment with them, you know, and they don't have a partner. You could say, well, they don't have a partner, they don't have to worry about the drama, then go pick someone up at the bar. But then you're more worried about diseases and about someone gonna jump you because they're trying to just mug people. You know what I mean? Not just dangerous for women, but men with dating and online dating and stuff. But in my mind, I'm just like, oh my god, my character's like dead. Is what I'm about to tell you right now. My character is freaking dead. Oh gosh, I might have. Oh no, I didn't just save it. I need some life. And I shouldn't think so much into it, because the reason I'm bringing this up, and I want to post my other videos, I had gone through a lot in my life, and to open up trust with someone else, and to open up companionship with someone else, and to take a chance and be hurt by somebody else. It's like I'm being hurt, and my character just died, by the way. I'm being hurt, and oh, he saved. I used an immunity card. I'm being hurt by stupid stuff, by my jealousy. That's apparently my problem. And it's like, it's like actions speak louder than words, but like thoughts can lead to words. Ouch. And words can lead to thoughts can lead to words, and words can lead to action, and that's where I get concerned. If you think it's funny, or if you think it's like, you don't want to talk about something sick with animals, you know what I mean? You don't want to talk about something you don't want to talk about anything sick, you know. My character has 6 my character has freaking my character has 6. Oh, I used all my, oh no, dead. I could have done another immunity, but I used all my mana. Anyways, because I get jealous, because I have gotten hurt in the past, and because I'm so sensitive, I am fearful. And you're scared that if you're scared that you're going to get cancer, what if you attract it? But I'm not saying you're attracted, but what if you say, I have to live today for today, and that could happen? You could just make a list of everything because people say, don't bring that up, don't bring stuff up, because you're going to attract it, or you're going to dwell on it, or you're not going to be able to enjoy life because you're worried. So what if I just brought up everything, and then just said, what are you going to do about it? Is there anything you can do about it? Is there any prayer? Can you try to be healthier? Can you get screenings? Can you decide that you're going to go take medicines? If you do get a certain ailment, can you decide if you're scared of someone cheating on you? Like, you shouldn't, people should not even, like, sometimes you would think some women, or even men, because sometimes I feel like women cheat on men more than men cheat on women. Sometimes I feel like, if you feel like, oh, I love this person, I trust them, I'm not even going to worry, because they've got my back, I've got their back, and then all of a sudden, you find out that they've been cheating for months, years, or decades with somebody that they met in the world, in the community. To somebody that shares your community. They might even share your church, or they might share the family workplace. They might have been introduced by your cousin or your sister. I saw that on sleazy talk shows. The introduction by someone else, or that someone else, your loved one, saw you drunk and took advantage of your man, you know? Like, oh, I ain't had nothing in years, I'm gonna take advantage, you know? And it's scary, right? It's like, what am I doing to keep my side of the street clean? Like, sometimes people say, well, I wouldn't have cheated if you would have done this sexually, or if you wouldn't have been so moody, or if you wouldn't have got so fat, or if you weren't such a nag. They say, it's your fault that I went and found this, 25-year-old beauty queen. And you're just like, well, when you got with me, I was way over 25, and I was struggling, and I have 2 kids I raised alone, and the world has done a number on me, and what am I supposed to do? But this is the reality of it, it's like you want, like that control I was talking about in the video from earlier today. What you want is control. You want to be able to say, I make vows, you make vows, and I want to trust those vows. Other people will say, oh, they want to be committed, and they, don't want you to get jealous, and they don't want to be they could be jealous too. And then they talk about, well, if I just fall in love with somebody else, then that's where their path took them. And it's sad to say, like, if I went outside and checked the mail, I used to say that I couldn't meet a man worth anything. So what if I went outside and checked the mail, and a guy just stopped his car and got out and talked to me, or his car broke down, or he's lost, so excuse me, where's this street? And that could be like a God-inspired gift. I'm thinking about 2 single people. But it's like, what if you're in a committed long-term relationship and somebody says, oh, I went outside and my heart fluttered and this chick dropped her papers and the dog tried to get away and I helped her and she wanted to thank me and we went out, and next thing you know, they're having sex and they fall in love because she's got the perfect life, the perfect house. She's clean, she's got the job, she's got the dog. She didn't have as much clutter. Whether she's manipulative or not, she doesn't have as much baggage in her life, and that takes the weight off of the man. Like if it was a girl, to say, wow, I feel loved in life here, but my old lady at my house is a nag and a jerk and not appreciative and not even attractive and fat and wearing, like me right now, holes in my butt, all over my butt and my pants. And so then people say, well, don't let yourself go, work out, add makeup, get your hair done, get your nails done, don't wear holy pants in your butt. Even if you're inside the house and you put your hair out, you clean out your nails, and you wear decent clothes, you're going to go out in the world. Or you're going to even sit in your house and look in the mirror and not be shameful because you look like trash. Because then you end up trash. But then you say, well, I'm in a committed relationship, I'm honest, I'm loving, I'm learning, I'm caring. Sometimes it's not good enough. And so it's like, to some people is what I'm saying. To me, that's good enough. Because we meet you where you are at. And go on the journey, this bumpy road, where you are at. And you could think, in my opinion, I think about how hard it was to find a date, and then to think about when I'm 50, 60, 70, 80, I don't want to stay in a relationship because I'm going to think, oh my God, I'm going to break up and I won't find anyone until I'm 88 years old when I go meet someone else at the casket buying place who's also interested in buying themselves a patch of land and a casket, I might meet somebody like 89-year-old guy and be like, oh, let's go get tea, I don't want to be fearful. I was fearful of that, which is why I dated that very first guy. I just met at Safeway. I said I don't want to be on online dating and never met anybody. But it all led me towards where I am right now, which is taking a chance. And I cannot control the other people. You cannot control your best friend. You cannot control your parents or your children or your dog. But you want to work together and meet people and compromise and share your feelings and feel safe, right? But not everybody agrees with what I just said. So, and even if I find someone who agrees with what I said, people change their minds. These kind of don't seem like they work that well right now, and I'm really sad about it. I just want to say that. I just got them like a week and a half ago. So that's where I am with that, is just feeling like I could be so if anyone watches the end of this video, we're talking about the Black Lives Matter, and someone's talking about they didn't like the Israelites, and someone else talking about this, and someone's talking about looters and thugs, and they're like, don't use that language. Like, what about the quiet protesters that drop a knee and this and this and this and this? It's like, until you go out to a protest, I'm not going to know. I can see pictures, I can see the news, I can see different things, different times, different cities, and what I feel is I have to do what I can do. And I'm feeling like I'm failing at life, and I feel like I'm going to be consumed with jealousy. Like, it's like anger management, rage, pityfulness, like this stuff can get to your core, envious, and what is it in the Bible about jealousy? Or no, I don't know, I had to look it up in Proverbs, something about it causing a cancer in your bones, and that you have to enjoy your life. So you want to say, I want to commit to someone, I want to be forgiving, I want to be loving, and stay positive, because if you are fearful of jealousy all the time, it's going to show, and you're going to be super snitchy, like not snitchy, but you're going to be looking at text, and you're going to be looking for stuff online. Did somebody say something about, oh, who's that person you were at the gas station? What? It wasn't me. Was it a chick? Oh my God, she was only 25 years. Oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you have to live like you're enjoying today to its fullest. Like, there's going to be no tomorrow. But if tomorrow comes and you find out something you don't want to do, you have to take a chance and leave, or reconcile, or both, or don't leave. Or you could say, well, fine. I have a discussion, say, if you're going to do that, I'm going to do that. And, and some people talk about that. And I feel like I'm driving my partner away because I talk about my past. I talk about recipes. I talk about sailing. I talk about things, books and things that my parents said. Sometimes an abusive things pop in, but I promised 2018 or 2019 that I was going to share positive things about my family so that I can get away from all this trauma of the violence in the household, and the violence towards me, and the violence towards my mom. I wanted to talk about something funny or something just average. We ate dinner, washed dishes, watched TV, went to sleep, the end, Just keep it out of this hell. And I promised myself that, so my partner doesn't like me talking about the past. And I was thinking the other day, am I supposed to talk about, I can talk about the present, what's going on with me right now. All right, what does my future want to look like? Okay, I read to you I wrote down some plans for my business. I got to pay bills. You're not supposed to stay stuck in the past or stuck in the future. But you can't not avoid the past, because you remember ways to stay safe, and you talk about things to heal them, because if you don't talk about them, it's not necessarily that you want to think it, but you have nightmares and dreams, and it affects your work. Sometimes talking through it heals it and helps another person and yourself to not repeat the danger, like not get out of a relationship on time. Someone could have died. Not quit this bad behavior on time. Not gotten away from, report somebody to the police that assaults you. You learn by keeping that alive. And in the future, you can't stay stuck in the future, but you have to say, am I going to try to do a retirement plan? Am I going to go to work so that I can get a tax refund in next year, 2021 for 2020? You have to think about, am I going to do this, rent this building and get something back from it? Like, you don't know, right? But you have to do some planning about, is there gas in the car? I just want to let it run out on the side of the road. Do I want to pay my rent when it's due, or just not say anything at all, and just let the landlord put the eviction notice on your door? You have to, but the present is almost too peaceful. The present is almost like, hey, you could have a business, child, a baby sleeping, you could have a class tonight, a class tomorrow, you could have all this stuff, and you look out your window like me, and you see the grass, the parking lot, and a tree, and a fence. And that's my reality right now. That is my present. And that's going to change. And that's something I haven't stated. It's almost too simple. Fearing the future, worry about the future and taking all my energy. That's how I feel like, oh, I'm working. Oh, you caught me working again. You caught me planning again. The past, it's like that you feel the grab of narcissistic and abusive people sucking you into, well, if you're not going to let me abuse you on a regular basis, then you're going to go back and stay stuck in the past and let yourself be abused and hated. They teach you how to think bad thoughts and to not be able to freaking love yourself. They teach you that stuff. And that's where I am right now, is how do I cope with all that? You know? Because what I hear someone saying, I'll say it, when they're in the present and everything's going fine, they don't have any debts, have a place to live, their business is going well, somehow they go and they blow a bunch of money on gambling and they do all this, and then they get addicted to porn, and then they do this, and they try to move out of the house that they have, and chaos. They say it's like their past life was a life of chaos, and, you know, drugs and dealing, and that thrill of giving someone a call or a page and then meeting them somewhere, and that thrill of getting your stuff home, and then that high you physically get. It's a criminal behavior, not just even with alcohol. When you're going to different liquor stores, try not to look like you're a drunk, you know. Try to, like, say, I went there 3 times in a row, now I'm going to go to this one, you know. Trying to think and plan, swindle, and figure out how to hide stuff in the laundry baskets. It's that thrill of it, even when you're get a physical, you lose a physical addiction to the substance. There's that action that you had, and if you were like me, there was chaos from the minute you were born, and that chaos causes adrenaline to and endorphins to get all riled up. You know what I mean? Like, it causes them to just want to not be in the present. And you think of mindfulness, and you can think of meditation, and you can think of doing something, sweeping, mopping, gardening, crocheting, cooking, and you can be in the present. And that's really hard for me. And I have to tell myself, you don't have to make a plan if like people say that with alcohol, if this happens and if this happens and this happens, I'm gonna drink. If my parent dies, I'm gonna drink. You know, if I lose my job, you know, and it's like there was yets that you said, if this happens, like I still have a yets. That's when my mind uses the term. There's a meaning called yets in Portland that was abbreviated for something. But it's like I need to learn to live for today. I need to learn to do my resume and to send it out and to wipe the slate clean. And that's what my boyfriend is seeing me wallowing, apparently, in the past, because I get on a tangent and I might not even. Someone asked, "Are you present?" when I went to a free counselor session. And I was like, no one's ever asked me that before. And I was talking about the abuse of my life and how it's affecting my present. So if that is like a cement block tied to my ankle and I'm in the river sinking, I need to cut that. I need to cut that. I have scissors, I have a knife, I have clippers. I need to cut that right now. Chop. Let that go. Run for your life. Run, Forrest. Run. Run away from the house, from the car, from the money that came attached to that abuser. And wipe the slate clean. Don't worry about recipes. Don't worry about the fun thing. Like, let's just say my boyfriend's bothered by it. If I talk to my kids once in a while, my boyfriend's bothered by it. I purposely wanted to think happy things about my parents. But then I found myself thinking everything about my parent. And I was like, if my dad had given me this book, which he didn't, I would think about, oh my God, his book is in my house. Like, there's energies in my house. And I realized I was getting rid of stuff one at a time from toxic people, and I felt that lightness come in. But I have still let myself stay pitiful, because that's what the abusers taught me to do, and I'm taking over for them. It's like, what is the family business for you? Your parents ran the family business. They're done. They're gone. They're dead. They're out of your life. You take that family business on yourself. But that family business is toxic. It's deadly. It's corrupt. It's ugly. It's nasty. It's poison. you have to close shop. You have to put a close sign permanently. If someone has the energy level that can come in and dispel the negative energy and build a beautiful flower shop or a pet store or whatever. People don't like pet stores, but flower shop and a pet store mixed together. Like a thrift store, consignment shop, like all in one. Oh gosh. Candy store. So think of the future, maybe, and hopeful of the future. Maybe I should focus on thinking of my stories I've told you guys and imagine myself, even if it's like, oh, I imagine myself eating my raw food tomorrow. Oh, I imagine myself getting in the shower first thing in the morning. Oh, I imagine myself, putting away a basket of clothes. Like, I imagine myself opening up my mail or writing a letter. Like, I need to imagine myself while in the present. And I think the present for me is so hard because I was not sober and clean for most of my life into the last 16 years. And I'm scared of myself. People told me that I'm ugly and fat and all this stuff, and I don't like myself. I didn't act right. I don't act right. I don't know how to get a job. I don't know how to dress professionally. I smell funny, And it's like, what am I going to do, What am I going to do about it? Be uncomfortable. Even Ella told me, be uncomfortable when it's quarantine for coronavirus. Like the hot foot bath. You don't like it, but at the end it was way better than it ever was in your life because you held it together. So that's what I got to do is find the present. I'm going to spend from Monday to Monday finding the present. And I'm going to I'm going to self-talk myself the actions I'm doing. I'm carrying 2 water bottles right now. And I'm going to express gratitude. I'm looking at the sun shining through the bottom of the window. I have a tickle in my throat and I need some water or some tea. And I'll let you know how the experiment goes. I'm going to post this one. I'm just going to say changing and on the edge of change, hopefulness.